Hello to all my Star Wars fans out there, and welcome to my very first ever review video for anything. So bear with me. So this is my first time. I'm going to review my Star Wars Legacy saber from Galaxy's Edge. Um, for anybody who has one of these, knows how good they are. I mean, there's the outside of the crate. It's got some detailing on it, little details here and there. Um, button there. Oops. And then has the instructions in the bottom on how to put the batteries in. Um, so yeah, let's get to the main part. What's inside? What's inside is Vader's saber. Yes, Vader's saber. This is an amazing piece. I was quite astounded when I bought this. The quality of it. The quality of it is amazing. I mean, the detail is just, I think, top notch to me anyway. But yeah, let's take it out and look at it. Let me put the case inside right now. There it is, Vader saber. Like I said, the detailing is really good on this. I mean, the weight of this thing is astounding. Like it's really heavy. Um, Even when you take the batteries out of it, it's still heavy. So I don't know what's inside here to make it so heavy. But it, it's that's the one thing that caught my attention first was the weight of this thing. And then once I really started looking at it and seeing the detail more, I loved it even more then after taking notes on the little stuff like wiring that's flexible. You can move it around. Rubber. The grips are actually rubber. You can bend and move them. It's the metal finish is really good. The satin on the black parts is really good. It's really cool. Let me show you how the batteries come out of this thing. Okay, there it is. Just slides out, and there's the battery. It's almost the same as the Master Replica Saber that I have, but not. But it's the same idea. And to put it back in, there's a little groove, a little V groove right there. You find it in there, and slide it back in, and screw this on, and then there's your batteries. Your batteries are back in. The one thing I did not know when I purchased this, which kind of upset me a little bit, was it don't work unless you have a blade, which I didn't know that. When I got back to the hotel and I finally flicked the switch and realized it don't do anything, I was like, I thought it was broken. I thought I bought a broken saber. I mean, I checked the batteries, about everything was in right, and I was just like, this ain't gonna work. So I started looking around online and realized that it only works if you have a blade in it. And I didn't want the blade because I had the master replicas with the blade in it already. So I wanted just a hilt. I wanted a hilt that made all the noises and stuff. So I found out, oh, it's not broken. Like I said, you have to buy a blade, and I didn't want a blade. They're like an extra like $46, I think, and I already spent like 160 something on this. So I was like, I don't want to spend any more. So then I got researching more, and I found out you can make them work without a blade. I had found a forum online that said that you can get like blade plugs that'll go into the end right here and it'll make it function without the blade in it. Because, like you see, there's a plug in there, but that plug is not permanent. It comes out. And then you see down inside there all the electronics. So, finding that out, I had to do some research, more research, and try to find somebody who actually made a plug for the legacy sabers to make it work. Because most of the plugs I found were just like a plug that would go in the end. It had like lights in it or whatever, but it wouldn't activate this. So I looked around and I found a guy on Etsy. Etsy, I mean, he uh he makes those plugs. Um, his Etsy shop is called Powatech, Powatech. I'll try to put a link in the description for this for anybody. But yeah, let me show you this. It's actually really cool. So yeah, you get two pieces like this. You get a key, and then you get the plug. Like I said, the plug actually looks the same as the other one did. It's a little bit deeper, but then you have the electronics on the bottom too. So to activate it. And the key fits right inside the plug, just like so. And it comes out, and you see that. This is so you can put it in because the plug has to be pushed down and twisted. It's like a spring kind of in there. So you gotta push it down, twist it. And then when it's locked in place, you can pull the plug out and it's in the blade. Here, let me show you how that works. All right, like I said, I took the plug out. As you can see, there's a wide gap there and a skinny gap there. And on this, you have a wide tab and a skinny tab. You line them up. Make sure you line them up right because these are like 3D printed, so I'm pretty sure you probably can break it easy. So yeah, you just line that up, put it in there, makes the initial noise, lock it in, pull it out, and then there you go. The plug is now in the blade. Now this is when the cool stuff happens. Listen, there you go. It works. Makes all the noises it's supposed to. Still makes the clapping. So yeah, so now it actually works. So it's exactly what I wanted. You know, I can display it, and somebody wants to pick it up and turn it on, it'll actually turn on, and it won't be just a static prop. So I'm very happy with it now, especially with that. So that being said, let me show you the differences between this and the master replicas. This is the master replica. I mean, you see, they look alike. A lot of the same detail. Detail on this one's better, but they're also very different. Like the finish of the metal in his is like a brushed steel, whereas the finish on this one is like chrome. It doesn't look like legit to me. And the plastic is like glossy. The grips are like plastic, you know. So it's all right for what it is. It's a good display piece, and it's really cool to have because it actually lights up, and you know, kids love it. I tell you that. But yeah, so that's the differences in this. Like I said, the batteries come out almost exactly the same as the Legacy. They it pretty much is almost the same. But yeah, put that back in there. Put that back on. So yeah, like I said, this thing is quite amazing. And it has all the little details. It has the S there and the B right there. I think there's another one. And if you look in between the wires, there's actually an E in between there. And it's like I said, compared to the mass replicas, the grips on this one are rubber. It's got the screws in it, which really I like that. That little bit of detail counts. And they're in there exactly the way they would be in the original prop, whereas the mass replica does not have the screws. So yeah, it's an amazing piece for anybody who collects Star Wars items and likes props or the Empire or Darth Vader. This would be a great piece for anybody to have, and it looks amazing displayed. Now, speaking of displaying, let me talk about the case a little bit. Let me put the case. It's not bad. I'm not too fond of the gray color. It just looks kind of like cheap plastic. But it's got great detail, like on the ends, it has like that, and all these little things here and there. And it's got this nice little silk lining in it. But it just looks so plain. So I looked up on YouTube, see if anybody had any videos on weathering this to make it look, more like something that belongs in the world of Star Wars. Then I watched a couple of videos, and basically they were just like weathering it to make it look scuffed up and dirty and used, and that really wasn't what I wanted for this thing. Like I wanted something different, but I didn't know what I wanted. So I did some thinking, tossing some ideas around, and I finally came up with a really good idea to make this thing not only look like it belongs in Star Wars, but make it look like it belongs to the Empire. We all know the Empire stuff looks way different than everybody else's stuff and the Rebellion and all that. Their all stuff is all dirty and stuff. Empire's always clean, shiny. So I have big plans for this thing. I plan on doing a tutorial video on the customization of this box in the near future. I just gotta wait for all the parts to come in the mail to be able to get started on it. But like I said, it's cool. It's got a little cushion up here for the blade, and this actually comes out. And then you have this, but this comes off. It has like elastic on it, and you take it off, and there's a little tray for the blade. It's got foam inside there to hold everything still. Um, so yeah, like I say it's not bad. It's just not what I want for a Vader saber, you know. And this is a little tricky too, especially when you take it out. I don't take it out that much. I mean, why would you? Because if you don't get the fabric loose, the blade will not lay in it right, and you can't close the top. And this can be tricky too sometimes, getting it to go back in. Everything in there, push that down, and let's see. All right. Well, see, it's a little tight. Got to push it down some more. And there you go. Then it's in there, and it's back in its case, looking as good as it always did. Like I said, I can't recommend this enough. This was an amazing purchase. Like I said, it's pretty much one of the only purchases I made down in Florida when we went to Disney. That I saved all my money just for this. Um, it looks great on a shelf. Everybody I show it to is very amazed with it. The funny thing is, everybody I show it to, the first thing that amazes them is also the weight. I can't say it enough. It's heavy. I honestly have to say this hilt probably weighs as much, or if not a little bit more, than the actual whole Master Replica saber and blade. So it's got some heft to it. Got some heft to it. So yeah, and then it just close it up, and so you can push the button. You just push the button. But this one here has a little issue with it. It sticks in the back for some reason right here. I don't know. Not that may sand something down there, but sometimes when you open the box, it sticks. So, but yeah, like I said, no complaints except for maybe the case. The case looks great. It just needs something other than gray plastic. So like I said, you'll be seeing a future video on me redoing this whole thing, which I can't wait. I'm actually kind of stoked for. I just gotta wait for all the stuff to come in the mail. But yeah, there it is. There's the Vader saber and hilt. Boom. That's pretty much all I gotta say about this. There's not much more to say. I mean, there is more to say, but that's all I got right now. So I appreciate you following along on my very first video. Hopefully I did good. But yeah, my first review, hopefully not my last review. I do collect other things in Star Wars. I I'm a man of many collections. I have collections of everything you can imagine. Star Wars, Batman. I collect history items, historical pieces from like World War II, Civil War. But I do have a lot of Star Wars stuff, and Back to the Future is my main thing. I love Back to the Future, and I have a bunch of Back to the Future stuff I could do reviews on. But yeah, so that's pretty much all I got right now. Thank you for following along, and like and share if you want. I'll see you later.